It's been 12 months in 2025, about 7 or 8 days left. A lot of bills came through the House or originated in the Senate even. And so far in 2025, not too many have passed or got signed by the president. So even though some bills we may think, oh, there's some good stuff in here, you might look at a YouTube channel and they'll say, this bill is not good because it doesn't eliminate total foreigners, etc. So I'm not here to determine what's a good bill and what is a bad bill. But let's go over some of the bills that came through in 2025, still in committee, and don't know if they're going to go anywhere, but they are trucking. All bills that I'm going to read off will affect truckers today in the future. Today and in the future. Some of what's being in the bills is executive orders being enacted now, but it's not law. So that's some of these bills are to try to get some of them into law. Okay, let's get going. Safer Trucking Act of 2025, House Bill 2620 is now, this one did get through the Congress and now it's in the Senate. It's to restrict commercial driver's licenses to U.S. citizens only or lawful permitted residents to those with specific U.S. citizenship and immigration service work authorization and reinforces English proficiency requirements. So a lot of it is what we support, but then all of a sudden it gets to the Senate and then little add-ons get put in, which kills the bill. Okay, Transportation Act, House Bill 3055. This bill requires the DOT develop a plan to identify barriers and help veterans transition into the supply chains and into the trucking employment, which is a good bill. Hopefully that will go through. Want to help our veterans become truckers, get jobs. The Fair Trucking Act, House Bill 5268. So Congress proposes federal jurisdiction over trucking litigations. So this is basically if a company like Warner gets sued for a big nuclear verdict, and this would try to put some caps on it. The trucking companies and drivers, even drivers, you could get sued for big time. And that did pass the House in December 25, so it's probably in the Senate, so we'll see what happens on that. That is an important bill. So something has to be done about these nuclear verdicts, which raises insurance costs up for the trucking companies. Speed Act, standardizing permanent and expediting economic development act is a House bill. It passed the House in 2025. It's about economic development, so I'm not too sure. Oh, here we go. It's legislation to streamline autonomous vehicles. It is a path for testing across state lines. So these trucks are driverless tractor trailers. It's a bill to try to cut the tape. So right now, a lot of states put barriers up. So keeping these driverless tractor trailers from going across state testing, this bill will eliminate that. And they are pushing to get driverless tractor trailer. These senators or congressmen, whoever introduced the bill, is saying we have a major driver shortage, so we need these driverless tractor trailers. And I'm not too sure what lobbying group is supporting it. Probably American Trucking and Association. I'm just guessing on that. Called the American Drive Act. It's to create a national framework for commercial autonomous vehicles as AV, allowing for interstate testing and operation. So we'll see where that goes. And another bill, Senate bill, this is coming out of the Senate, S893 is guaranteeing overtime for truckers. So some companies might fight that. Their lobbyists will fight that, but we'll see where that goes. Is to revise labor laws to ensure drivers are eligible for overtime pay. That'd be nice. Like to see that. House Bill 3608 is Connor's Law, is in trying to force English language proficiency for all CDL drivers. That was also in 2025. Still probably in the House. Truck Drivers Incentive Act is House Bill 2301, aims to boost driver retention, maybe by giving them some perks. Maybe tax credit. I think that's the one that gives some tax credits. I'm not too sure where that's going to go. Here goes a one that really should move through the House and the Senate, hopefully, in 2026. Truck Parking Safety Improvement Act, House Bill 1659. It directs the DOT to provide competitive grants for parking projects to improve driver safety. That is, drivers need to get off the road and get some rest. And sometimes there's just not enough parking out there. So, there are times that you get around 5 or 6 o'clock, you're fighting for a parking space. So I think there might be one or two I missed, but that's what we're going to be looking at in 2026. We're going to see where these bills go. Do they just die off? I think a lot of bills just die off because congressmen and Senate, they'll talk to you like they're supporting you, and then put some, and then someone will add some perks into it, make a lot of pork in there, and then people will say, nah, we're not going to vote for this. Or lobbyists will go in. They're all fighting for their best interest, whoever's going to probably give them the most votes. So those are the House bills. 2025, none of them got signed. So we're going to see how many, I did say a couple of them were in the Senate or started in the Senate. We'll see if any of them gets to the president's desk in 2026. We'll be back and we'll look at this later on. See ya. Have a safe trip. Let's see you on the next run. So have a good one. Merry Christmas and be safe out there.